Hello, Flutter developers. Welcome back to our e-commerce application development series. In today's session, part 20, we will be focusing on enhancing the product upload experience in our admin application. Let's dive into the code. So here's how our admin application evolves. We are continually improving the user experience. In this part, we are focusing on the edit or upload product screen, making it even more user-friendly with features like image preview, category selection, and enhance the validation. So first thing first, we will be just configuring our edit and upload page. So when just admin want to edit something from the existing product, so we just redirect to that page. So for that we will be just configuring and writing the code in our this edit and upload product.dart class or in this file. So when user want to edit this, for example, when the admin clicks on this item, so we just need all the information about this product basically. So from the title, the id and the price and this image, so we just want all the details from this specific item. So for that we just want to configure, and we will be configuring that when user clicks or on this item, so we can just get that details and send it to the other page. So for that, first thing first, we just need to get that from the constructor. So when we just click on that from the search page, so we just want to send it into another page, so we can be just able to get it from here, edit or upload screen. So from that, now we will be just doing that. We will be just clearing and declaring the final field here, which will be final. And from where now we can be just able to get there. So we have already created how are this product model. So in the product model we can just get all the information of our this item. So for that we will be just adding our product model into our this constructor, so we can be just able to get the details from there. So for that we will be just doing that, which will be product and the model. So we just need to import this first. So that's it, I'll just import it. So I'll just don't want to make it required. So whenever user want to get the details, user can get the details. So I'll just make this nullable by using this question mark. So now I'll just create the instance of that. For that we can just use the product model, and that's it. Now here on the constructor we just need to add it. So that's it, I'll just save this from here. So good. And the next thing we just also uh, want to show that, and we want to just clarify if user is in the upload section or in the editing portion. So when user come in this inspector page and click on this basically, so it will just redirect to the headed section. If user or the headman just come into the add new product, so it is in the uh, uploading a new product. So we also just need to know in which state the headman is. So for that we will be just checking if user is in the editing state or not. So for that we will be just declaring some kind of boolean variable. So for that I will be just creating that, which is editing. So now from this variable we will be just um, getting and checking the state and which state the headman is. So on the basis of this we will be just performing some kind of action and showing some kind of pages according to this. And great, now I'll just make it false first. So if it initially user is on that basically uh, new product state. So for that, now when I just click on this image, so we also just need to pass this image basically. So from that we will be just getting that image from our um, product model. So for that I will also be just declaring a variable to just store the path of our this product image. So for that we will be just doing that, which will be a string and product image network. So we will be just using the network uh, to just show the image, so we can be just able to get the image from there, from our assets, and to store it into this variable, and we will be just showing it into that. So great. Now for that we just need to, so now for what we just need to check if that our product model, basically this product model is not null. So whatever the value is coming from there, from this constructor, if it is not null, it means that we are just in the heading state. So for that I will be just checking some kind of conditions here first in our init state. So we will be just able to check if the user is in the editing state or not. So it means that when we just click on this item, so we will be just redirected to the editing page. So it means that we can just able to get all the details from there. So the product details will not be, this product model basically will not be null. So I will just check on the on that basis, so we can be just able to redirect to that page. So yeah, now I'll be just checking that if widget dot, so the widget dot product model is not null. Basically it means that it has something. So when, yeah, user has just clicked on an item, so it is not null. So for that we just want to make our that variable has editing to true. That means we are just in the editing state. I'll just make it true, that's it. So now we will be just getting our this image from our there, so we can be just show that image on that section first. So for that we will be just doing that. So I'll just use this product model image, and I'll just use this widget, and I'll just do this product model dot whatever image will be. So we will be just getting that. Great. Now we just need to add this null safety check here. Again we will be just also getting the category from there, so I'll just do that, which will be widget dot product model dot product category, and else we just need to add the null category. So here we also just give that basically the title, the price controller, and the whatever we just want to add that, so we will be just getting that. So from there I'll just copy this thing from here, and I'll just paste this. So now we just need the basic title here, so I'll just use the product title, and same to this we just need the price here, so we can just be able to get the price, whatever price will be, so we can just able to edit that. And the next we can just be able to get the description also. So the description will be the product description, and the quantity, so it we can just be getting the quantity also, which will be product quantity. And I'll just save this, and now we are good to go. So now here, now we will be just creating that function. Basically we have just created a clear function here. So now when user just upload a product here basically, so if it is not category is null, no category is selected, so we will be just showing something here, which will be the warning that cart is empty, category field is empty. And now we will also be just creating a function for our removed that image, so we can be able just to remove that. So for that we will be just creating the function here. So basically I am just defining the logics, and then we will just be moving to that section to just calling these functions there. So it will be just clearer, much clearer to just understand that. So yeah, now I'll just remove it from there. So we can, when user or admin just click or selected that image, and we will be just giving that functionality to the admin, so admin can just have be able to remove the selected image from there. So this function will be just doing that. So the remove packed image, I'll just name that to remove packed image, this function, and now I'll just creating that. So I'll just do that to the set state, so we can be just able to rebuild the screen. So for that I'll just use this spec image is equal to null, so I'll just make it to null, and I'll just also bring the product image to null, so we can just be able to remove that. So now on the clear section, when we just click on the clear button, so we can also be just removing that image. So I'll just call this function here also. So now in this upload product section, we will also be just checking some kind of other conditions. So here on we are just checking for the category. If the category is not null, so just show that. So now in we will be just checking some kind of other conditions. So if the picked image is equal to null, it means there is no image selected there. So now we will also just show a warning or the error message there that please backend image. So for that I'll be just writing please backend image, and for now I'll just empty uh, the function. So I'll just not define the function for now, I'll just make it empty. um, Great. So I'll just do that to just make it good. So great, now we also just want to return that, so I'll just return it. So here we also be just creating a function for editing our this image basically. So for here I'll just create a function which will be a future function, so the user or admin can be able to edit an image using this. So I'll just use the void, and the future type should be void, and I'll just name it edit, which will be edit product. Great, I'll just save this, and as usual as async keyword is required as the function is future, so I'll just use this final, and which will be as valid. I'll just create that, and I'll just make sure from the form key that the form is validate or not. So for that I'll just use the current state, which will be current state dot validate, and that's it. I'll just give it a null safety check to here, so it will remove our error. And the main thing, we can just also want to unfocus it if it is focused, which we just use the focus scope here, and then we will be just using the context of that, which will be of context, and I'll just use the unfocus, and great. Now here I'll also be checking if this thing basically packed image is equal to null, and the product image is also is equal to null. It means that both of the images are null, there is no image selected. We will be just showing a warning that pick up an image in the editing state, which will be product image network is equal to null, and we will just show that. So now basically we are just configuring something from the editing page. So if user or admin selects an item here, it will just redirect to that editing state, and in that editing page user has not selected that image, so we will just show that image from there. So I'll be just using the my app methods from here, and now I'll just show the warnings and the error, and again I'll just use this, which will be please pick up an image. Great. Now I'll just make the function as empty for now, and I'll just do that, and I'll just do that. Great. Again we can be just able to check that, and I'll just return something here which will be returned, and that's it. So I'll just use this. Now if it is validate, so then just do some kind of actions, and I'll just do nothing for now. So this is our logic local image picker as I explained this. So now I'll be just moving down, and now we will be just able to also change the button. Basically this button, I'm just um, using the same page. So yeah, we got some kind of error, the null operator used on null 76. So I'll just start restart this. So yeah, we will be just also checking that what we are just getting, but before that I'll just do something here. Just check on the basis of its editing, so we will be just showing that edit product and on the button, and if it is not, so we will just show that upload button. So for that we will be just doing that, which will be has editing. If it is true, so just show that edit product. Great. Now if else, we just show that. So I'll just remove this cons from here, and done. Now on the onPress function also, we will be just checking if it is editing, so we will just trigger the edit product, and if it is not, so we can just trigger the upload product. So we will be just doing that also. If as editing is true, so just do that, which is edit product, and else we can just do this, call that upload product function, save this. And now on the help bar also we can be just able to check that we will just also as editing true, so we can just change the title to edit product, and else we can just upload a new product. I'll just remove this, and we are good. So now here we just need to configure our image picker from here. So for that we will be just doing that. So now I'll just remove this thing from here, and now we will be just using a condition for that. So I'll just use this if is editing is true, and if product image is not null, it means that um, we are just on that section, editing section, so we have just picked an image. We are good to go. So we will be just performing some kind of actions on that basis. So both of them are not null, it means that we have just got the image, and we are in the editing state, or we have just selected that image, so we just able to show that image on the screen. So for that I'll just do that. So we can be just product image as not equal to null, and I'll be just using the spread operator, which is dot, so it will just give us the functionality to add um, and combine, merge multiple of things in that. So the dart made this easier to where we just use add a whole thing or had all functions there in other programming, so we use the spread operators to just do this. So for that I'll be just doing that, and I will be just creating some kind of things here, so we are just getting that error basically. So I'll just remove this, and basically we can also be just doing one thing else. So we will be just not uh, doing them as that, so we can just be able to give it a question mark, so basically it can be null. So from this null accepted, so this cannot be null. So I'll just add question marks from there, so we will be just also doing good. So now I'll just save this, and the error is also removed from there, so this can be null. So now I'll be just also configuring this basically, so this design, so we can be just able to pick an image here. So I'll just do that, which will be that basically. Where was it? So this thing. So if it is true, this as editing is true, and the product image network is not null, so we will be just performing some kind of action and showing the image here basically. So for that we will be just doing that to just show. So for that we will be just using how this clip her act, so we can just be able to give some kind of radius to it. So for that, but first we will be just getting the image, which is image dot network, and we will just call it, which is product model, and I'll just do this. And now we will be just giving it some kind of height, and the height will be coming from the size. So we will just create that from the media query, so the size will be coming from the media query. So I'll just create the size, which will be size is equal to media query, which will be media query, and that's it. Now the op context and the size. Great. Now from that, now we will be just calculating the size for our image, so it will be just responsive, which will be size, and it will be size dot width, and I'll just multiply it with 0.3. And the next, which alignment should be, so I'll just make it alignment to alignment dot center, so it should be in the center. So I'll just save this. Now we can be just giving it some kind of border radius, so for that I'll just do that, which will be border radius dot circular. So when we just get that, so it will be just some kind of rounded there. Great. Now we will be just checking that basically else if then the picked image is null. So if it is, the image is not selected basically, so we will be just using this. If this is null, so we can be just perform some kind of action on that basis. So for that we will be just showing to the user that pick something from the gallery or from the camera. So for that I'll be just using a sized box, which will be sized box. Great. Now I'll just give it some kind of width to it from size, that which we have just created, which will be size dot width, and I'll just multiply it with some kind of 0.4, and I'll just make it plus 10, and the height will be also the thing which will come from the size dot height, and I'll just multiply it with 0.4. Great. Now the next we will be just calling that the child, and in this child section we will be just calling the column widget, so we can be just able to add an icon there and a text widget there to just um, make the user able to select an image. So for that I'll be just using the column widget, and inside this column widget now I will be just using the children part of that, and in the children part I'll just show an icon first, which will be icon, and the icons dot image outline, so that will be image outline. Great. I'll just do that, and now I'll just give it some kind of size to it and color to it, which will be, and that we have just got that, and I'll just increase the size from there, which will be 80, and the next, which will be color, I'll just show the color to colors dot below to just make it blue, which will be colors dot blue, and that's it. So I'll just save this, and we are just getting that. So now on the next part we will be just showing a button here under that to just make it make able to admin to just pick an image there. So for that I'll be just using a text button, and we are just getting this on first function. From there I'll just configure that. So from this I'll just call our that basic local image picker function there. Great, I'll just do that. And for now, what on the child part I'll just show a text widget, which will be just pick product image, which is image. So that's it, we will be just getting that here. So great, now that's it. So I'll just use the const from here and a const from here. Now the else, we will be just picking an image from the gallery and showing it into on the screen. So for that we will be just configuring that also. And now in the else section we will be just configuring that. So I'll be just using the clip rect here again, and inside this now I'll just use the border radius to it, and I'll just give it some kind of border radius to the circular thing. I'll just use 12. And now in the child section I'll just use that image dot file, and from there now I'll just use the file, now the path which image is picked from there. So for that we just use the path, and I'll just use the null safety check here, and I'm good. And again we will be just also configuring some kind of width or height. So I'll just give it a height to it from this size variable, which will be this, and I'll just multiply it with 0.5, and I will just align it with this thing, alignment dot center. Great. So now what else we can just do? So from there I'll just also check some other conditions also. So from now I will be just checking if the picked image is not equal to null and product is not equal to null. So we can it means that image is selected and it is being shown on the screen. So we will be just giving some kind of functionality to admin, so admin can able to change this image, the selected image, and admin can also be just able to remove that. So we will be just showing the picked and change the image and the remove the image functionality to the admin. So for that I will be just again checking some kind of conditions here from which is picked image and is equal to not null, and also that product image is not equal to null. That means that we are just selected some kind of images there. So on the basis of that we will just give that functionality to the admin. So I'll be just doing that. So for that I'll just use a row. For that I'll just children, and the children part we will be just using a text button. On the text button we are just getting that functionality here. So in that we will be just um, calling our that local image picker. So we will be just able to pick that image again when just we will be just giving it some kind of text here. So for that we will be just using the text widget, and inside this text widget I'll just use the pick another image, and I'll just make it const to just remove the warnings here. I'll just save this, and great, now I'll just copy this and paste this this text button basically. So I'll just do this, and I'll just change the function. From the function, I'll just call that remove text image, and I'll just change the label to it, which will be remove image. I'll just save this, and I'll just also give it some kind of styles to it. So I'll just make the text red. So for that, we just use this style and the text style, and I'll just use the color property, which will be colors.red. And great, now when I just use this spec image from here, so I'll just use the camera. So I'll just pick an image here, and I'll just do that. So we are done. So the image is being shown here. So we are just, so basically we are just not getting these back another image thing here, so we will be just tackling that out also. So for that, I'll be just going to that. Why we are not getting that? Basically we can be just, so basically we are just not getting that because we will be just configuring that on that edit section. So for that, I will be just going to my this product. So we will be just configuring this on press function basically. So when this an item is clicked, so we will be just moving to that section. So I'll be just going to my this basically widget section and product widget basically. So and here I'll just configure the navigation thing here. So we will be just moving there. So yeah, it's loading. So I have already copied something there, so now we just don't want that. So from there, yeah, great. Sorry, and yeah, now we will be just using the navigator dot push, and here now we just need to use the material route, which will be material page route, and now it requires a builder. So we will be just providing that. So it requires the context to that, so I'll just give it to that. And now from where we will be just using and redirecting to our this edit and upload product page. So I'll be just doing that, and from there now we will be just passing some kind of values to it, which will be the product model, and the product model will be just coming from our this get current product. And I'll just save this, and now when I just click this button, so we will be just going to this thing. So we just got everything, this image and this all the things, and the button is now edit product, and this is edit also. And that's it, we have just configured this, and we just need to edit the product, whatever value we just want to change it, so we can just do that. So here the category is already selected, all the categories are available, and we are just good to go. So yeah, that's it. With these enhancements, the edit or upload product screen becomes more user-friendly and efficient. User can now preview their selected image and enjoy a smoother product upload experience. We are constantly striving to improve our admin application, and your feedback is always appreciated. Stay tuned for the next part where we will continue to integrate the Firebase into our this e-commerce application. Until then, stay happy, stay fit, and as usual, happy fluttering.